Hi everyone, welcome to your Monday Pilates class. I hope you're all really well and had a great weekend. The sun was shining, which was fantastic. News here, it rained, that was exciting, and a lot of things have been planted. And also, my very good friend Lucy has made me these gorgeous Pilates head cushion covers. So I'm so excited about those. I think they look absolutely fantastic. So when classes get back to normal, we'll be using these, and they're just lovely. So thank you so much, Lucy. I just love them so much. Okay, so thank you for staying in touch again this week. It's been lovely to hear about your Pilates at home experiences, and again, let me know that somebody is watching these classes, so thank you so much. And thanks also to those people who left a review on Facebook. If you'd like to leave a review, you're very welcome to. My Facebook page is Shoreline Pilates. So today, as usual, we need our mats, we need our cushions, exciting. We'll have our bands to hand in case we need it, and have your little pair of hand weights as well in case you want to add a little bit more challenge to some of the exercises. Please listen to your bodies. Don't do anything that you don't think you're ready to do yet. And if you get any pain anywhere, just stop or drop down to the previous modification that I'll give you. Okay, so today we are going to start in sitting. So we don't often do this, but it's a nice change, and we're going to get some really lovely movement through our hips. So if you have been doing lots of running or cycling or walking, this is going to feel really nice. So hopefully I'll find it nice as well. I had a really long run yesterday. It's 15 kilometers and my legs are complaining so much now. Okay, so sitting, just normally, we're going to just get some ankle circles. So really important to keep our ankle mobility. At the moment, we're not walking probably as much as we usually do, and you might find that you're getting a little bit stiff around here. So we're just going to do some really nice ankle circles. So make sure you're sitting comfortably. It doesn't matter about your breathing just yet. We're going to start circling those ankles around. And we're trying to keep our toes completely still and make sure that the circle is coming from your ankle. I'll show you from the side. But it's really easy to move your toes to look like it's moving further. We're just going to move from the ankle and make it really slow. It's tempting to go super fast here. We're just going to slow it down. Good. Okay, we're going to do 8 times in one direction. And really try and feel that you're getting as much mobility in your ankle as possible. So really try to move it just as far as you can. You might be surprised at how much mobility you actually have, especially as your ankle starts to get a little bit warmer. Good. And then we're going to reverse the direction and go the other way. Circling around the other way. Nice and slow. And as your ankle starts to warm up, you might feel that it's getting smoother, a little bit more comfortable as well. Good. Final one like this. And then we're going to go into a flex and point. So we're doing plantar flexion, and I've completely forgotten the name of the other type of the extension. So this is plantar flexion, pointy toes. And bring your foot up. So pointing that toe, and then really bringing your toes up towards your shin. And you should be able to feel that the muscles down the back of your calf are working here as well. Good. This is great because it actually stimulates one of the main arteries in our bodies as well, to pump blood around. So it's a great one if you're ever going on a plane, just to do this because it gets that artery moving. Good. We'll do 2 more like this. And our final one. Super. Pop that foot down. Have a think to see if your feet feel any different. Mine already feels a lot looser on my right hand side. So we're going to move into those ankle circles on the other side. It doesn't matter how you're sitting, just as long as you're comfortable. I'm going to start circling around. Trying to get as much movement through that ankle joint as you can, making sure you're not pointing your toes to make it look like you're actually circling further. And if you feel any pops and clicks going on, that's absolutely fine. It's quite normal. Good. Awesome. And then we'll do 8 circles in the other direction. So really trying to remember to breathe. And also just get as much movement as you can. You should be able to feel those muscles in your calf all the way up to your knee working. Lovely. Final couple. Super. And then we're going to go into our point and flex. So starting with that flexion, bring that top of your foot up towards your calf. And then your shin even, and then point. Good. And again, you should be able to feel your calf muscles working, the muscles at the top of your foot working as well. So it's just great for foot health as well. Just trying to keep all those muscles nice and healthy and strong. You might be wearing less shoes than normal, which is a good thing. It's really important to walk around without the support of shoes sometimes, because that just encourages all the muscles in your feet to work hard to support you rather than relying on the shaped soles of our feet, of our shoes. Good. 2 more here. And our final one. Great. Okay, so popping both feet down now. And we're just going to sit with our feet on the floor and our weight going down evenly through both of our sitting bones. And if you need it, you can pop a little cushion underneath you just to give you a little bit more height, make it a bit more comfortable. So we're going to place our hands behind us with our fingers pointing forwards. Think about whether your shoulders are coming up around your ears or whether you're nice and engaged around here. So it should be like you're really pushing through your arms. So you've got a really strong breastbone, strong shoulders. We're going to do a leg side to side. So I think you're all okay with your hips, but if you have got any hip issues, you should just take it easy on this one. So just going to swish our legs from side to side. So breathing in to prepare. As we breathe out, we're just going to let our legs fall over to one side. Engage your tummy muscles and bring back to center and go over to the other side. Now, like me, you might want to start small. This is a great way for getting all of our hip joint working smoothly. So it takes a while for the synovial fluid just to warm up and become a little bit more thin, meaning that the movement gets easier. I've lost all my words today. Don't know what's going on. And then as you get warmer, you might find that you can start to move your legs a little bit further. We're trying to keep our torso and our core muscles and pelvis completely still. So your body weight should be supported on your hands, just a little bit. And the movement is purely coming from our hips. And you might feel this working through your core as those muscles are helping to move your legs from side to side. This is very similar to the movement we do in relaxation position when we have our knees together like this. But having our feet apart just gives your thigh bones a little bit more space to move through those hips. You go to the side, breathing out to go to the side, in to return. Over to the side and in to return. Last one. And final one here. Good. Okay, coming up to sitting once again. And we're going to turn it straight into a zigzag leg. So again, we're getting some gorgeous movement through our hips, but also challenging our core muscles. Now this takes a little bit of concentration. So as well as being great for working these muscles in our thighs, in our core, supporting our lumbar spine and also strengthening our pelvic floor, this is going to be really good for your coordination as well. So placing your hands behind you once again. Now, if having your fingers pointing towards the front was a bit too much on your wrist, you can turn your hands around so that your fingers are pointing towards the back. And remember, rather than letting your shoulders come to your ears, you're strengthening through this. It's like your breastbone is going up towards the ceiling. Arms are nice and strong. And we're going to draw our feet in. So our knees are pointing out to the side. And we've got about 9 inches between our heels. So my core muscles are working already here. So if I take my hands off, I can stay in this position. So we're going to breathe in to prepare, and I'll talk you through this. And then as we breathe out, we're going to push our heels away. Make sure that you're not on a floor that will splinter because this will hurt. And then on the in-breath, we're going to rotate our thighs inwards. So we're rolling our thighs in so our toes come together. The movement is coming from our hips rather than our lower legs and ankles. That was our in-breath. And then as we breathe out, we're going to engage those tummy muscles and draw our heels back in. And then we'll go again. Breathing in to rotate. Breathing out to push our feet away, trying to keep that 9-inch gap between our heels. Toes come in. And then draw our legs back in. And as you draw them in, you should feel how those two muscles switch on to help you. So it's not all about quads and hamstring strength. A lot of it is coming from your core here. Checking the positioning of your shoulders again and asking yourself what's going on with your jaw. Are you clenching there? Lovely. Okay, we'll go a few more times. You might already feel this is getting a lot warmer and a lot easier around your hips. Zigzag legs. Remembering to breathe in as we rotate inwards. And going again. Pressing those legs away, toes coming in. And drawing back in. Super. Last one in this direction. Should feel really lovely on your hips, particularly if you've been doing lots of cycling and lots of walking as part of your exercise. This should get some really lovely movement through here. Okay, we're going to do one more time. And pulling back in. Okay, so now we're going to reverse the movement. So keeping your toes together, that internal rotation of your thighs in your hip bones. As we breathe out now, we're going to keep our toes together and press our heels away. Inhale to rotate our thighs outwards so our toes go wide. And then toe muscles engage to draw our legs back in. Going to go again. So toes come together, pressing your heels away from you. Toes come out. Heels get drawn back in. Awesome. And opening out. Tummy muscles working hard. Lovely. And our last one like this. So thinking about your coordination, opening your legs out. Okay, now we're going to make it a bit more interesting. We're going to do one leg one way and one leg the other. So one leg can be extended out, externally rotated. So that means that our thigh bone has rotated outwards in our hip bone joint, toes pointing out. The other leg is also externally rotated, but your knee is flexed. And then as we breathe out, we're going to swap our legs over. Inhale to internally rotate and exhale to push away. So it's really going to get your minds working now. Rotating on the inhale. Exhale to swap your legs over. Inhale to rotate inwards and swap over. Super. Okay, so now this time try without me talking you through it and see how you get on. We're going to keep the movement as smooth as we possibly can and think all the time about engaging those core muscles and keeping your chest and breastbone really strong. Super. We've got one more to go. And bring both legs in now. And just lean forward, getting a little bit more movement through here. So hopefully, if you suffer from tight hips, this is going to be really helpful for opening out your hips, releasing any tension that you hold there. So remember this exercise if you feel that your hips are getting tight in the week until next Monday. Okay, so moving into some movement for our spine and our shoulders now. So we're going to sit nice and tall. Remember, you can have a little cushion underneath you if you need it. Try to get the weight going down evenly through your left sitting bone and your right sitting bone. And then imagine a piece of thread coming through the crown of your head towards the ceiling. So you're lifting up through your spine. Core muscles come on to support you here. And your arms are going to go out lightly to the side. So our weight isn't going down through our arms. They're just leaning lightly on the floor. But we are going to take our weight over onto one hand as we go into a side reach sitting. So if you're working out with a partner, just glance at each of the spines. Make sure that you're really lifting up. So it's like a little hand is just pressing through your lumbar spine to give you a bit of extra height and lift. Our arms go out to the side. We're going to breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're going to just float one arm up without moving anything else in our bodies. Still breathing out. Lift up and out of your waist and just take some of that weight onto your left-hand side. Breathe in here and really feel your rib cage expand as your lung fills full of air. Restack on the out breath, out breath, sorry, and float the arms down. I'm getting so confused. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to breathe in and then breathe out to bring the arm all the way up. Still breathing out, come up and over, bending that supporting arm, weight going onto that supporting hand. Breathing in here, feel your rib cage expands, and breathing out to restack and float the arm down. Excellent. Okay, let's go again. Breathing in to repair. And out. Keep your spine completely still as you float the arm up, lifting up and over. Now you can imagine that your body is moving between two panes of glass. So you can't rock forwards like this, or lean back, or rotate from side to side. You're getting pure lateral flexion. So breathing out to come up and over. You might feel the weight just lift off one of your sitting bones as you lean to the side, but you shouldn't be lifting completely off the floor. Okay, let's go again. Breathing in and out, float the arm all the way up, lifting up and out of your waist. So lots of length through your spine. Inhale to restack here. Exhale to come down. I've got confused with the breathing again. I should cut this bit out somehow, I think. Let's breathe out to bring the arm up and over. Inhale here. Exhale to restack and bring the arm back down. Breathing in to prepare and out. Still breathing out, roll over to the side. Breathing into the side of your body here. Breathing out to restack. And float the arm down. Super. Let's go again. Exhaling, still exhaling, lifting up and out of your hip bones. Inhaling here, filling your rib cage with lots of air. Exhaling to restack and bring that arm down. Good. Last one on each side. So lateral flexion is fantastic for the health of our spine. It's going to really help those muscles that support your spinal column. And protect your lumbar spine as well, because they're working so hard, meaning that you're not slumping down into your lumbar spine, but those muscles that support it are nice and strong. Good. And bring the arm back down. Awesome. So this time I'm going to move into a side twist sitting. So we can bring ourselves back up once again to find that lovely upright posture. So toe muscles coming in. Got that natural curvature of your spine that you have when you're standing up. And we're going to place our hands across our chest now. So hands go on opposite shoulders. Make sure that you've not leant forward. A piece of thread is coming through the crown of your head. We're going to breathe in here. And as we breathe out, let's start turning our head. And then one bone at a time, start rotating around. We're going to keep it small to start with until we have warmed up. Inhale to come back through to center. We're going to go to the other side, turning our head around and rotating around. Now this might feel quite stiff to start with, but as those muscles warm up and the joints become more fluid, You might be able to go a little bit further. We're going to try and keep our shoulders back though, okay? Rotating around. Super. Okay, so breathing out to rotate to the side. Already you might be able to go a little bit further. Inhale to come back to center. Remember, your shoulders aren't rounding forward, you're keeping them back. Piece of thread through the crown of your head. You're relaxed. Ask yourself what's going on with your legs as well. Now, if this is really uncomfortable for you, you can straighten your legs out to the front rather than having them splayed out to the sides. You might find as well that you're feeling your core muscles work harder as well to keep you upright. So lovely side twist sitting. We're working on rotation of our spine now. So another really important movement for it. Good, we'll do one last one. So remember, we're exhaling to rotate around to the side. Inhaling to come back. And inhaling to come back to the front. Bring your arms down. Now we're going to turn this into a spine stretch forward. So again, you can have your feet together in our long frog so that your heels are quite a long way away from your body. But if this is super uncomfortable for you, once again, just lengthen them out. Now, if you really find this is hard, having a few cushions underneath you just to give yourself a little bit more height might be the answer. So just experiment with cushions and see what works well for you. So I'm going to bring my feet together in long frog, let my legs go out to the side, try and release any tension that I'm holding in my hips. Think about that lovely posture through your spine, so that little hands through the small of your back, piece of threads coming through the crown of your head, hands going on your calf. And I'd like you to imagine that you've got a massive big beach ball here, and we're going to roll up and over that beach ball. So we're going to start with flexion of our chin. So as we breathe out, we nod our chin forward, and then one bone at a time, we're going to roll forward, up and over this massive beach ball. So we're not collapsing forward, we're lengthening out of our hips. Coming forward. Inhaling to restack all the way up to the top, shoulders melting down. Let's go again. Breathing out to roll forward, tummy muscles coming in. Coming up and over that imaginary beach ball. Inhaling to restack. Lovely. We're going to do two more. I'm going to show you from the side now. So you can see that I'm getting lots of length through my spine. So starting nice and tall, breathing out to roll forward. Lifting up and over. So breathing out, trying to get flexion through your spine. Letting your elbows bend a bit more. Inhaling to come up. We're trying to go directly forward. So we're moving in pure flexion of our spine. One more, breathing out, rolling all the way forward. And inhaling to come all the way up. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to put that spine stretch forward together with our spine twist that we've just done. To move into a saw. So for this, we're going to extend our legs. So they should be slightly wider than hip distance apart. So this will be hip distance apart. This looks really weird with my toes really big in the camera. Slightly wider than hip distance apart. We're going to cross our hands over our chest. And again, think about that hand going through the small of your back. Piece of thread coming through the top of your head. Then breathe in here. And as we breathe out, we're just going to start rotating to the side, keeping your shoulders nice and wide. And then still breathing out, we're just going to flex forward here, doing exactly that same movement as we've done. So it's like your shoulders coming towards the opposite knee. Inhale, restack, and come back through to center. Let's try going to the side. So we're rotating to the side here, still breathing out, rolling forward as if your shoulder is coming to the outside edge of the opposite knee. Core muscles working hard to support you here. Inhale to restack. And come back through to center. We're going to do one more to each side like this. And then we're going to add on some arms. Okay, so If you're not quite ready for the arms yet, just stick with that crossed hand position. Breathing in to prepare and out to rotate. Rolling forward. So saw is fantastic. It's working every single muscle in our body. We're keeping our legs engaged. Muscles in our spine are working. We've got coordination going on and breathing too. Inhale and come back. Now, you can stick with that if you're still getting the hang of the breathing and the movement. So remember, we're breathing out to rotate to the side and still breathing out to roll forward. Inhale to come back and rotate back to center. But with those arms on, it's very easy to get focused on what the arms are doing rather than what your breathing is doing. So our arms are just adding a little bit of long lever in, so our shoulders are working now. So I'd like you to extend your arms at shoulder height. They're not at 180 degrees to each other. They're slightly forward of your spine. But it's like you're about to give somebody a really big socially distanced tug, okay? So finding that lovely neutral spine and pelvis. Remember that piece of string through the crown of your head. Breathing in here to prepare. And as you breathe out, we're going to twist to the side. Your arms are moving on with your spine. And then you're going to bring that hand forward as you roll forward. We're going to just do a little pulse here. Inhale to restack and twist back through to center. Okay, let's go on the other side. So we're exhaling to rotate and roll forward. So little finger to little toe, pulse there, and come back through to center. Now this back arm, as we go to the side, it should start to turn, okay? So we're turning our palm to the back of the room. Now, if this isn't natural to you, just focus on keeping the arm still as that front little finger goes towards your little toe. Don't worry about the back arm. We can build that in later. But let's try again. Breathing in to prepare. And out to twist to the side. Still breathing out. Roll forward. Little toe to little finger. Pulse here. Inhale to come back through to center. Return. Okay, to the other side. Breathing out to rotate. Still breathing out. Rolling forward. Pulse here. And come back through to center. We're going to bring our arms down. Bring our feet together. And just lean forward ever so slightly to get a little bit of relaxation through your hips and your quad muscles. Taking a few breaths in and out here just to recover. Great, so we're going to move down onto the mat now. So get rid of any cushions that you've had underneath you and set yourself up with a little head pillow before coming down into relaxation position. So we're going to lie on the mat in one nice long line. So our feet are hip distance apart. The weight is going down evenly through the back of your pelvis, the back of your rib cage and the back of your head. Place your arms long down by your side. And we'll start by finding neutral spine and pelvis. So try and relax your shoulders a bit. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, we're just going to rock our pelvis back to imprint our lumbar spine into the mat. And then arch away ever so slightly. So we're exhaling to roll back. Inhaling to arch away. So it's a really subtle movement of our pelvis. Just finding our neutral. Okay, so we're passing through neutral to imprint and passing back through neutral to arch away. Now it might help to have your hands on your hip bones here. Good. And then we'll come to find somewhere halfway in between. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw relax. We've got lovely relaxation position. Knees and feet hip distance apart. And then breathe in here to prepare. And as we breathe out, we're going to take our arms up over our shoulders and back behind us in a ribcage closure. And then rather than bring them straight back over, on the inhale, we're going to circle our arms around to come back through to our start position. So we're exhaling, keeping our ribcage down as we reach our arms up and back, toe muscles switching on here to prevent that ribcage popping up. And inhale, Circle our arms around so we can see some really lovely movement through that shoulder. Great for our posture. You're strengthening your shoulders. And if this is too easy or you want an extra challenge, you can add in your hand weights here. So you can grab your hand weights and do the same with those. So we're breathing out to bring our arms all the way up and back. Keep that rib cage down. Inhale. Try not to hit anything to circle back round. And you should find that that adds on a lot of challenge so that your biceps, triceps, shoulders, pectoral muscles are really working here. Okay, so let's do 2 more in this direction. And to breathe out to bring our arms all the way up and back. Inhale to circle around. And again, breathing out to bring our arms up and back. Inhale to circle around. Okay, we're going to go the other way now. So think about that gorgeous movement at your shoulder as you circle your arms around. Inhale to come all the way up and over. Going again, circling around. Lovely circle all the way up and over. Really try not to hit anything. We've got one last one. So throughout this movement, you should find that your rib cage is staying down. So your toe muscles are switching on and you're not rocking backwards and forwards to your pelvis. You're in that neutral spine and pelvis all the time. Coming around, up and over. Awesome. Okay, so get rid of your head pillow. We're going to turn this into a curl up. So placing your hands behind your head, clasping them there. Sending your elbows up towards the ceiling and find that neutral spine and pelvis once again. So your hands should be forming a basket around your head so you can lift up your head in your hands without moving your neck. That's the movement that we're going to try and aim for as we go into our curl up. So we breathe in here, and as we breathe out, we're going to nod our chin, and then one bone at a time, lift all the way up, core muscles coming in, so tummy muscles coming in and down, gaze going between your knees. Inhale to come back down. So make sure you're not doming through those tummy muscles. You're breathing out to nod all the way up. Inhale to come down. So we're working on the rectus abdominis here. Keep your head heavy in your hands and imagine that your elbows are being lifted up and forward as if they've got pieces of string, pulling them that way. And lengthen down. Let's go again. Breathing out to nod, lift all the way up. Inhaling to come down. And again, breathing out to nod. And come down. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to add on an arm circle. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated. So if you don't feel happy doing a curl up with an arm circle, you can stick with a single curl up or the arm circle rather than adding them together. Okay, so otherwise we're going to breathe out. Our arms are going to be by our sides. So we'll breathe in to prepare. Keep that neutral spine and pelvis. Breathe out to lift up into that curl up. Arms float off the floor. Inhale here to pause. Exhale to start bringing our arms up and back. And inhale to circle round and lower down. Breathing in and out to come up. Pausing here on the inhale. Exhale, take your arms up and back. Maintain that curl up as you move your arms. Circle around, get that gorgeous movement at your shoulders and come back down. I'm going to try and do 2 more, but it might be quite a lot of strain on your neck. So if you feel it is, just drop down to that normal arm circle and we can build it bit by bit. Breathing in again to prepare and out to come all the way up. Exhale to come back with your arms. Inhale to circle around. Exhale to come down. Final one, breathing in to prepare and out to roll up. Pause here for the inhale. Feel that strength through your body. Arms going up and back. Lots of lovely movement at your shoulders. Circling around, challenging your core. Lengthen back down. Drop your arms down onto the floor and look from side to side with your head to get some movement through your neck and release any tension that you started to hold there. Good. Okay, so now we're going to add on a double knee fold. So we're going to come back down into our relaxation position. Find your neutral spine and pelvis. Keep your shoulders relaxed, arms long by your side. Just going to go into a double knee fold a couple of times just to warm up our hips, get our core muscles working here. So breathing in to prepare and out to fold one knee in. And bring the other knee in to join it without rocking back through your pelvis. And inhale to take leg one down and leg two. Before we go on the other side, breathing out and out. In and in. Final two of these. And in and in. Remember to use your glute muscles to support you here. So if you're finding that you're gripping through your thighs, squeeze your glutes a bit more. Keep your shoulders relaxed, jaw released. Okay, so that was our double knee fold. Now we're going to add it onto a curl up. So take your heads in your hands once again. Elbows shooting up towards the ceiling. Breathing in to prepare. And as you breathe out, we're going to come up. Pausing here on the inhale. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, and return back down. Inhaling to prepare and exhaling to come up once more. Exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, and back down. Now, you can come back down between every set, or if you want more of a challenge, you can do multiple double knee folds whilst you're in curl up. It just depends on your level and what feels good for you. So we'll breathe in again, and as we breathe out, let's come all the way up. Exhale and exhale. Inhale and inhale. You can come down now, or you can maintain this position and go straight back into a double knee fold again. Keeping your head heavy in your hands, keep your jaw relaxed. Gaze going forward, upper body engaged. Good. Remember, you can come down between each set if you want to. Last one. And bring your head back down and relax here. Okay, so now we're going to put all those together to go into a single leg stretch. So we have options here. You can either keep your head on the floor or you can come into that curl up, whatever suits you. I think it's getting darker. So you can either keep your head on the floor, remember? So we'll bring our legs up into that double knee fold. I'll demonstrate it first with my head on the floor. Extend your hands so that your hands are either side of your knees. Then bring your heels together and your knees slightly further apart. So you're in a turnout here. Okay, so breathing in to prepare, breathing out, straighten one leg and use your hands to draw the opposite knee in. Inhale to swap and exhale to fully straighten that leg and guide your knee in towards you with your hands. Exhale. So we're getting long levers working, meaning that we're strengthening our pelvic floor and the muscles surrounding our core, which is going to help our lumbar spine, making it stronger and protecting it from injury. Also got coordination going on there and really deep core strength as well as breathing and alignment. So it's a great exercise. So breathing out to stretch, inhale and out. Okay, so this time we're going to add on that curl up. So if it's too much for you, keep your head on the floor. Otherwise, we're going to come into that curl up. So this time you're really relying on the strength through your neck inflection. Hands either side of your knees, gaze going forward, breathing in here to prepare. Exhaling to stretch that leg, pull that other knee in. You might feel that your core muscles are working even harder. Swapping over, fully extending that leg. For an easier exercise, you can take that leg higher. To make it more challenging, take that extended leg lower. Swapping, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. If you feel that your jaw and neck are getting super tense, place your head back down on the floor. Keep your tummy muscles working, and remember that when you use your hands, it's to guide rather than hang on to that knee to keep that curl up, okay? Straightening away. We've got one more on each side. Breathing out. Breathing out. Knees coming back in, head coming down. Hug your knees in. Give yourself a rock from side to side. Relax your jaw. And breathe really deeply here just to get a little bit of relief. So breathing in and out here. Cool. Okay, so you can stick with that single leg stretch and just practice it a little bit, or you can try doing a straight leg stretch. So straight leg stretch is same principle, but as you might expect us with a straight leg. So we're going to place ourselves back down onto the floor into relaxation position. Bring our knees up into double knee fold without rocking back through our lumbar spine. And then hands go either side of your knees. Before you straighten one leg away from you, extend the other leg up towards the ceiling. Come into that curl up. So this is our start position. Breathe in here and breathe out to stretch away. Okay. Breathing in to swap, out. So you're drawing your knee in with that supporting hand, trying to keep your legs as long as possible. Out to stretch away. Remember, you can do the same with your head on the floor. You're just trying to keep your legs extended and guide your knee in using your hands. Now, you should feel that this is super strong around your core. And it's a lot of work on your legs to keep them extended. So breathing out to swap. Inhale and out. Remember, you can do single leg stretch if that suits you better. That's a fantastic building block up to our straight leg stretch. Last one, breathing out. And in and out. Bring your knees in towards us. Placing our head down. And rocking from side to side. Before placing our feet back down onto the floor. Little cushion goes back underneath our heads. Placing your arms wide by your side. Bring your knees and feet together. Glue them there. And we're going to go into a hip roll. So arms flat on the floor, wider than the mat, palms facing down. As you breathe out, let your legs go to one side, feeling that gorgeous rotation through your spine. Keeping the opposite shoulder down, jaw released, gaze going towards the ceiling. Draw yourself back through to center. Over to the other side. Exhaling to roll over. Inhale to draw back. So this is a lovely way to get rotation through our spine. Also challenging the oblique and the transverse abdominis muscles, which are the ones that kind of crisscross across our bodies. Fantastic for your strength of your torso, and also working on your waist as well. So keep that sensation of your tummy muscles coming in towards your spine and enjoy how this feels. I'm going to add on an extra challenge now. So this time I'm going to add on an extended leg. So we're turning one of our legs into a long lever, meaning that our core has to work harder to create that movement from side to side. So keep your hands wide. We're going to breathe out, take our legs over to one side and extend that top leg, keeping your knees together. Then we're going to come back through to center and straight over to the side. And then swap your legs over. So you can bring that lower leg down now, extend that top leg. Coming back through to center, over to the side. Leg comes down, top leg extends. Keep your knees glued together at all times. And come back through to center. Okay, so this time I'm going to add on the breathing. We exhale to come over and inhale as we switch our legs. Exhale to rotate through neutral and to the other side. Inhale, swap your legs. So you should find that you've got one toe on the floor at all times. A long lever working. So again, we're challenging our coordination and concentration, getting some gorgeous rotation through, and also working on that strength and resilience of our spine because we added on this long lever. Now, if you want to make it more challenging, bring your arms up in the air, meaning that those core muscles have to work even harder here. Come back through to center, over to the other side. Really feel those core muscles working as you inhale to swap your legs. Exhale to come back through center, over to the other side. Switching here. I'm really having to concentrate here. Keep your jaw released. Ask yourself if your shoulders are coming up around your ears. Last one. Whew. And back through to center. And draw your arms back down and give yourself a rest here to relax. Okay, so we're just going to build on this exercise and do one more challenge. You can stick with one of these building block exercises if that's better for you. Otherwise, we're going to draw our legs up into double knee fold, glue them together, take your arms wide again, and do a hip roll in double knee fold. So it's like you're rolling from side to side on the back of your pelvis. So breathing out to come over to the side and come back through to center, right over to the other side. You should feel that your arms are working to help you here. So exhaling to rotate, pausing here and breathing in and coming back over. So you're getting gorgeous rotation again, but this time we've added on the load of our legs. Keep your shoulders away from your ears once more and you'll feel that your arms are working here. Now, if you're feeling that you really want a challenge, you can try and do that leg extension once again. Extend that leg, come over to the side, inhale, swap your legs over, exhale to the other side, inhale to swap. Remember, you're using your arms to help stabilize you. You should really feel this deep within your core. And again to the other side. Inhale to swap, keep your knees together. Exhale to come over to the side. Remember, you can do a building block exercise if this is too much. Final one. Inhale to swap your legs over. Exhale to come over to the other side. Back through to center. Bring your knees in and give yourself a little rock forward and backwards here. Whew, well done. Good, so placing your legs down one at a time. We're going to roll onto our sides now and come over into a 4-point kneeling position. So get rid of any cushions that you've got there. Have a little drink if you need it. And set yourself back up into your cat position. So your wrists are directly beneath your shoulders. Remember, if this is too much on your wrists, you can create fists and balance on your knuckles. Knees directly beneath your hips, shoulders square to the mat, and pelvis square to the mat as well. Now from here, we're going to just do some shoulder drops. So bring your shoulders together around the back of your spine and press away. So we're keeping our arms completely still. And just getting some lovely movement through our shoulders. So really strengthening. Great if you've been spending lots of time working at a desk as well, because it's going to really help release any tension that you started to gather there. Good. Okay, so back into that 4-point kneeling. Extend your breastbone forward, tailbone back, so you've got that lovely neutral spine and pelvis. If you are not sure that you've got that, you can just do a few little pelvic tilts here to make sure that you've got that position. Tummy muscles coming in. From here, we're going to go into cat. So breathing in and breathing out. Roll your pelvis underneath you and one bone at a time. Lift your mid back up to the ceiling. Head coming down, pressing the mat away from you. And extend back through before going again. Rolling your pelvis underneath you, mid-back going up towards the ceiling, a head coming down, pressing the mat away from you. And extend back. We're going to do 2 more like this. And extending, lovely. And 1 more, rolling your pelvis, toe muscles coming in, lovely flexion through your spine. Your spine should be feeling really warm at the moment. And extend back. Okay, so now I'm going to add in some movement at our hips and knees with a hinge back. So we do the same with cat. So we breathe in to prepare, breathe out, roll underneath you. And then this time, as you inhale, I'd like you to transfer your weight backwards, okay? So you're keeping that lovely flexed spine and just hinging back. Then as you exhale, hinge back forward, still in that lovely cat position. And inhale to extend back through to neutral. Okay, let's go again. Breathing out, rolling underneath you, head coming down last of all. Inhaling, hinge back. Tummy muscles really switching on here as you hinge back, keeping that lovely flexed spine. Exhale to hinge back forward and inhale to extend through to neutral. I'm going to try 3 more times. So breathing out, tummy muscles coming all the way in, head coming down last of all. Inhale to hinge back. Keep that flexed spine. Exhale is going to get some gorgeous movement of your shoulders as well. Inhale to come back. And 2 more, rolling all the way through. Hinging back. Exhale to hinge back to 4-point kneeling. Inhale to come back through to neutral. And 1 more time, rolling all the way through. Mid-spine going up towards the ceiling. Inhale to hinge back. Exhale to come back forward. Inhale to extend. And then we're just going to sit back over our heels to come into our rest position. So bring your head down onto the floor if you can. And just take a few breaths in and out here to relax and recover before we go into our next exercise. Awesome. So we're now going to do a 4-point kneeling into a step back. This is going to be really strengthening for your upper body and your arms, but if it's not for you, we can do a modified version. But I'll show you the step back first so you can decide whether you want to attempt it or not. So we're in our 4-point kneeling position. Check your knees are directly beneath your hips and your wrists are directly beneath your shoulders. Extend through your spine so you're nice and long. Then keeping this lovely position of our spine in neutral, we're going to inhale to slide that leg back and exhale to slide the other leg back so you're in a lovely plank position. Then inhale and exhale. So you're keeping your spine completely still and just sliding your legs back 1 at a time on each breath into a plank position. Okay, so you should feel that your hands, your arms and your shoulders are working super hard to support you here. Okay, so you might be able to see that my spine isn't moving at all. I'm just sending the legs back 1 at a time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now, if this is too much, you can just do 1 leg sliding back at a time to get yourself used to that movement and start building up the strength through your upper body gradually, okay? So you're exhaling to send that leg away, inhaling to return. Exhaling to slide that leg away, inhaling to return. So if you want to, we can go back into that full plank. We're going to keep it moving. So Pilates is all about the movement, which is why we would never hold a plank for seconds on end and minutes on end. Always has some kind of dynamic movement going on there as well. Good. And 1 last time like this. Make sure your chest isn't dropping down towards the floor And sit back once again to have a little bit of a rest here. Roll your wrists around. Now, some of you have asked about wrist strengthening exercises. So doing gradual movements like that, doing a little bit of weight bearing on your wrists bit by bit is great for building up that strength. Also, you can use your bands. So really good to hold the bands between both hands and just pull apart. So that's targeting your wrists, your upper bodies and your shoulders, upper arms and your shoulders. So pulling that band apart, you're trying to keep your hand and your wrist from waggling from side to side, so really long through there. So that's a great one to start with. Just keeping mobility up by doing wrist circles, very similar to those ankle circles that we started with, is going to be great as well. And we can do like a point and flex with our wrists as well. So just keeping that movement going is a great way of building up the strength and the muscles in your wrists. You can also try to pull the band apart using just your wrists. It's quite tricky to do, but you're just trying to pull apart. So give those a go and see if it does any help. You have to do it every day or every other day to try and build up that strength through there bit by bit. Okay, so we're going to go back into our 4-point kneeling position. We're going to practice that dynamic side twist prep again. So we did this a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to set ourselves up in our 4-point kneeling once again. Knees beneath our hips, wrists beneath our shoulders. So again, we're working on our alignment, our strength, our rotation, breathing, and our control. So great Pilates all-round exercise. So make sure the centers of your elbows are facing each other. Tummy muscles working here to support you in neutral spine and pelvis. As we breathe in, we're going to slide one leg away. So we're starting the same as before. And then as we exhale, we're going to rotate to the side and bring that top arm up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to come back through to center and back, okay? So we're inhaling to slide that leg back, exhaling to twist to the side and float the arm up. Inhaling to bring the arm down, exhaling to draw that knee back in, okay? Let's go again. Inhaling to slide, exhale to twist and lift. Really reaching that top finger up towards the sky. Inhale to circle back round, exhale to return. Okay, one more here. And twist. Lift the arm up. Inhale to circle round. Exhale to come back through and sit back and rest. Now you can either stick with that exercise or you can add on an extra leg lift. So this is completely up to you. You can stick with that first exercise if you wish. Otherwise, we're going to try and add in a lift of that top leg. So inhaling to slide back. Exhaling to twist and lift the arm up. Follow the gaze of your fingers with your eyes. And then inhale and lengthen that top leg up to hip height. And then simultaneously inhale and return. Okay, let's try on the other side. Sliding away on the inhale. Exhale to twist and lift. And then you can bring that top leg up, lower that leg down, circle back and return. Last one on each side. Remember, you can drop back down just to that slide and slide if you want to. Okay, so sliding away, lifting all the way up, lengthen that top leg up. Inhale to come down and return. Inhale and exhale to twist and lift. Inhale to bring that top leg up. And come back down. And return and sit back over your heels. Pressing your arms forward. Resting here, taking a couple of breaths in and out. Awesome, so final couple of exercises. We're going to move on to our fronts now. So pressing forward, taking your legs behind you and just resting your head on the backs of your hands. You're going to do a prone leg circle. So tummy muscles coming on to support through your spine. So you're not just slumping into the mat. You'll lift that leg up and start circling around. So circling around. Just breathing normally and trying to prevent any tension from coming into your jaw and your shoulders. When you've done 6 circles in one direction, we're going to reverse the movement and go in the other direction. So we're trying to lengthen through our toes and make sure that the movement comes completely from your hip rather than your knee. This is fantastic for strengthening the back line of your body, getting your glute muscles working and the back of your thighs as well as giving you some extension through the front of your hip. Because you're spending a lot of time sitting and maybe walking at the moment, this is lovely to get that extension. Let's go on the other leg now. So we're going to straighten that leg away, lengthen through your toe, and start circling around, making sure the movement is coming from your hips. Tummy muscles switching on, shoulders relaxed at all times. Final couple in this direction. And let's reverse direction, going the other way. Might feel your glutes and back of legs really working here. And final couple. And lengthen that leg back down. Okay, so this time we're going to just take our legs slightly further apart. Rotate so that your toes are pointing out, your heels are in. And then bring your arms so that they are level with, your hands are level with your forehead. Elbows down, core muscles coming in again. Breathing in here and breathing out to press your nose away. And start lifting up one bone at a time. You can pause in Cobra Prep. Or you can extend your arms. Shoulders coming down into a full Cobra. And then extend back down to the floor, one bone at a time. So getting that gorgeous extension through our spine. Let's go again, breathing in. Breathing out, press our nose away. Lift up our spine one bone at a time. Extend your arms if you want to. Breastbone going forward. Pause here for the inhale. And exhale, lengthen back down, one bone at a time. Really fluid through your spine. Then we're going to press back into our relaxation position. Rest position, knees coming forward, hands going forward, forehead coming down, breathing in and out here. Pressing yourself back up, coming through to sitting. And we'll go into a lovely stretch here. So lift your arms up towards the ceiling, press the air away, and final one, arms coming all the way up. Lifting up, lifting through your breastbone up towards the ceiling, pressing the air away, and giving yourself a nice clap. Well done. I really hope you enjoyed that class. There were some new movements in there that we've not done before. Remember, you can do it again during the week and listen to your body, so do whichever level suits you best. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again next Monday. And remember, I'll be back on Thursday. So if you want to join me then, just send me an email and I'll make sure that you get the class link just before class is due to start at 9:30. Have a great week. Let me know how you got on and take care. Bye.